Ready?
Oh,
Okay, everybody. Just wanted to take you through a real quick run through of how to present this all in one to financial advisors. One of the coolest things that I recently uncovered is, when you're dealing with a client that has a huge amount of monthly savings, and when I'm talking huge, I mean, they're typically making, or saving at least 20% or more of their monthly net income. That's the sweet spot on these type of clients. And when you simulate clients, even when simulated against a 2.5% fixed rate that they're currently at, you're saving hundreds of thousands of interest in the reduced amount of payoff. I mean, it gets to a gross level almost to where it's too good to be true. So I decided to make it a little better. Here's basically what I wanted to walk you through, and this is what is most attractive to the financial advisors. We're going to start a new simulation. It's going to ask, what do I want to compare it to? Well, let's compare it to a current loan. All right, that's their current loan that they're in right now. And, part of the reason this works is I'm creating investments out of something that does not exist currently. In other words, you are currently in a 30-year loan. You currently have 28 years left. You currently pay this much per month. That's what you have. This is what I can propose to you. Select your occupancy, primary residence. Let's say the home is worth $750,000. Let's say your loan balance is $450,000. It's a fixed rate at, say, 3.5%. Let's say you're 24 months into your loan, so you have 28 years left. There's your monthly payment, principal and interest. All right. You're not currently making any extra payments, and you do not have a second mortgage. So we'll go to next. Repeating deposit. This is how often you're paid and what your net income is. So, let's say this client has, and once again, keep in mind, we're talking about financial advisor clients. So think about, number one, their loan size, typical, and number two, their typical income. See, the thing about this product is it doesn't work for everybody. It doesn't work for somebody living check to check. But guess who else doesn't work for that person? A financial advisor. So it's almost like if you get with these guys, they already have a pre-scrubbed list of clients that this could be fantastic for. So let's say you got a reoccurring deposit of $7,000 every 2 weeks. There's no additional deposits. That's just it. That's your income every 2 weeks. There's no one-time deposits like a Christmas bonus or something like that. This would be a gift or a sale of a property or a Christmas bonus. That's what you would put in these one-time deposits. Repeating deposits would be like if you have one person paid $7,000 every 2 weeks and you had another person paid, $5,000 once a month. You want to create that on two separate things so it counts the actual frequency of the deposits. All right. We're going to go to next. This is where it comes into the savings. So let's say this person has 25% of their income left over. They're making good money right now. They're good earners, but their monthly nut is less than 10 grand a month. And that I usually tell them, go conservative, throw an extra $1,000 in there. All right. But at the end of the day, what is your actual expenses versus your income or net income? Now, if we just stick with this right here, we're going to calculate the results, but I want you to see this future one-time expenses. So let's calculate the results right now. All right. So instead of 28 years, you're going to pay off in 8 years. Now, here's the biggest thing. Total saved $141,000 of interest. So what I'm doing here, what I'm about to show you is how to ultimately take this money that they currently don't have, but you're going to create it in the form of savings. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to go back to spending. You're going to create some one-time expenses. And let's say $25,000 on month 12. say another 25,000 on month 36. And another 25,000 on month 54. Now what you've done is you've invested now $25,000 3 times in a, what, 5-year span, 5.5-year span, 4.5-year span. We're going to calculate the results again. So now instead of 8 years, it's 9.5 years. It's still saving $110,000. And you've also invested 75 grand. See how that works? It's actually pretty nice. So based on these results, you can get as froggy as you want to get based on those investments. But understand the key to this is the cash. You know, the key to this is you're creating that investment money from money that doesn't exist right now in their current circumstance. So that's the most attractive thing about this. And the cool thing about it also for you is it's going to open up literally everybody in your financial advisor's portfolio for a possible look-see, unless they're already on this product, because this product is not rate driven. Let me show you an example of that. Let's look at the rate assumptions. This is assuming a 6.68 interest rate on that calculation. That's how bad it can get. So let's simulate that rate. 13.4 years. Still better than 28. Now your savings are gone. Total interest is this, but now you're looking at 75,000 of investments. Do you see where I'm going? But it still pays off in a fraction of. So let's go back to the spending and take out those one-time investments. Now you're at 10.3, and that's at 12.5%. Do you see what I'm saying? So if the shit totally hit the fan, this is where you're at. That's your worst case result. Is and that's not going to happen. It's pretty much never happened. Maybe in Jimmy Carter era, you know, in early Reagan era. But the bottom line is the bottom line. The numbers don't lie. And this will be extremely attractive to your financial advisors if you put it together this way. Now, once you have these results, you can save and share. It creates a little PDF that you can then send them. And the PDF is pretty dull, but it also has all kinds of little charts that you can look at. Historical graph, this is a rate, you know, where the 1 month or the 1 year CMT has been. You can also look at the pay down summary, pay down table. This is a monthly balance or an amortization schedule, if you will, for all-in-one loan versus traditional loan. And it shows how much principal is paid. I mean, if you compare, you see that. So that's another way. You can download it as a CSV. Another thing is a pay down graph. So this black line is the all-in-one loan. This green line is your current loan. And this blue line is your credit line that you can borrow against at any time during the loan. Now, this is not to mention any investment properties, any college funds, any, you know, life happens expenses, medical. I mean, obviously life is going to happen. So when you look at something like this, wouldn't you rather create the savings to hedge for life or retirement? That's the whole point of this. And, you know, I'm going to go ahead and stop the video, and then we can go ahead and have some Q&A, but that way the video is nice and short, and that way I have something to send out to everybody. Stop share and stop recording.